Hello, my name is Paul Sexton, President and Chief Executive Officer for Hibiscus Children's Center, and we're pleased to be here today to talk to our audience about what we do for children and the support that we get in our community and the support that we provide children. We're excited about an opportunity to talk today. I've got two guests with me today. I have Lynne Schicker here, who's the director of a program called Supporting Families in Crisis, and so we're going to hear from you a little bit later on in the program, Lynne. And I also have Tracy Savoia, who is the director of marketing for our organization. And as I started out, we could not exist without the support that we get from our community. And we have so many examples of it. And Tracy, I think I'll ask you to give us some examples of how we get support to do the mission that we do.
Sure. Well, you're absolutely right, Paul. We could not exist without our community support. And since we just celebrated our 30-year anniversary with Hibiscus, we have quite a legacy of community support here all across the Treasure Coast. And just a few, the list could have gone on and on and on, but just a few that we wanted to highlight were, we just got through the holiday season, and the holidays are such a wonderful, fun time for families and children. And we want our children at Hibiscus to have those memories too, and I think that the community does that for our kids. You know, we do a great job in sheltering them and providing services and making sure they have what they need, but we also want them to be children. We want them to laugh and have fun and wake up on Christmas morning and have those gifts under the trees, and not just in our shelters and facilities, but children in the community who are living with families, you know, that are just struggling financially and whatever, and we're going to hear a little bit about that when Lynne talks about the family. So the community rallies and provides that for those families, and some of the incredible businesses, individuals, churches, I mean, all walks of life come together to do this for our kids. Just a few examples were St. Bernadette's Church out in St.Lucie West on California. This is a wonderful group that's been supporting us for years, and they brought in just bags and bags of gifts, toys and games and dolls and you name it, what kids enjoy. They brought in, and we line it all up in the hallways of the offices until the counselors can all get together and kind of sort through. And these are the kind of things that we're doing for these kids and these families, and we have the families participate in it so that they feel like they're able to give to their children too, because it's about the families and making sure that they're enjoying the season together.
Well, and sorry for interrupting, but I can't help but to be excited about talking about people that are supporting us. As I've watched the organization in my short tenure here, I'm just amazed at the quality of support we get from people like our board members, community members, businesses like you've talked about, and the toys over the holiday season. To your point, our offices were filled with toys. And it was just a pleasure to be able to go into the building and realize our kids were going to have a happy moment over the holidays and forget some of the troubles that have caused them to be at Hibiscus Children's Center. So give us examples of where that help is coming from.
Well, another group that stands out in my mind is I met this gentleman, John Grappolo, who owns Insane Tattoos, that's with a Z, in Port St. Lucie. About 2 years ago, he came in our office with 40 backpacks for kids. He had an event with his crew, and they brought in filled to the brim with all kinds of supplies and things, and then he'd come in at Christmas with toys and games. And again, this Christmas, Lynne probably remembers, he comes with 2 full carloads, and I mean packed, front seat, back seat, and trunk. They held an event. They gave free tattoos to their customers if you bring a gift for Hibiscus. And what I love about it is people are using, you know, their talents and what they love to do to help the kids. And everybody comes from different walks of life. You know, we have churches, we have social groups. We had a retired group that has a social committee out on Hutchinson Island, the Island Dunes group. This couple put up a tree, asked me to make little ornaments with a wish list from our kids, which I got from all our counselors, and they brought in bags and bags of toys. So it's just this wonderful coming together of different walks of life from businesses and different people that are helping to fulfill these wishes for our kids because they care. You know, they don't know them, they'll probably won't see them, but they care enough that on Christmas morning these kids could laugh and know the joy of Christmas, whether they're in a shelter or in a home, but they just know their children that are struggling and in crisis. And I just think we have a very special community here.
Yeah, we really do. Yeah, something that comes to my mind is one of our members of our foundation here in St. Lucie County who helps run events and those kinds of things is Corey Benton, and he put on a golf tournament. And remind me again what the name of the golf tournament was. I think it was our 4th annual.
Yeah, it was our 5th annual.
Fifth annual.
We call it our St. Lucie annual holiday golf tournament. It's always that first weekend in December, and we've held it before at St. James Golf Club for a couple of years. And they just put on a great event. You know, some of the other board members step up and help, and it's a fun event, and it raises money, which, of course, you know, as a charity, that's what we need to do. But it also gets the word out. We get great press. The media is a wonderful partner of ours that helps us promote these events. And we have the golfers that come back. And what's nice about that is Corey's a young man that works in the community, like you said, and he has contacts with family and other people that we may never reach. So he brings them kind of into the Hibiscus family through an event, something fun that people can do and learn more about us and, you know, hear what's going on with the kids while they have a fun day, too. So he did a terrific job.
Yeah, he did. And again, when I think about what we're doing for children in our community, for today's purposes, we're talking about the services we provide to children in St. Lucie County. And Lynne, we're going to give you a moment here to jump in. But what's exciting about that, it's not just our board members and not just local communities that are pitching in to help. An example of that would be some excitement we had around firefighters in Martin County.
We did.
So tell us a little bit about that.
The Martin County firefighters, like you said, a couple of months ago, put on a haunted house for Hibiscus on the Martin County Fairgrounds. And they built this haunted pirate ship with their own hands. The guys did it on their own time. You can imagine they're busy. They have a lot to do. And they did this for us. And it raised a significant amount of money. It ran for a couple weeks, which means it had to be manned. It took a lot of manpower for them not only to build it, but to kind of run, you know, the whole project. And they did an outstanding job. They got press out there, and they came up yesterday to our shelter in Jensen Beach where the children live and presented the check to, you know, yourself, and the pretty big group of them came, which was really, really nice. And not just that, you know, they got a lot of awareness about it and really advocated for the children. And they're just a dynamic group of young men and women that really just wanted to help kids. And I think it was, they've done it for other charities before, but they said that they wanted to do something for abused children and learned about Hibiscus. And it was very exciting.
Yeah, it was. And when I think about our children, when I was a child, and I think for most kids, they want to grow up and be an astronaut or a policeman or a fireman. Right. So it's nice that we've got a community that, in my mind, serve as our heroes, and they serve as heroes to our children.
Absolutely.
And when they do things that are very tangible, they show up, they create something like a haunted house, and then they invite our children to participate in those events. That really means something in the lives of the children that we're serving.
Absolutely.
And so as we talk about our theme today about support, we're so pleased that we have support from our community by way of individuals or groups or gated communities or businesses. But we also provide support in a real tangible way through our supporting families in crisis. And so, Lynne, could you just give us a history and an overview of what that program is and what our community can have a better understanding so they can access it?
Absolutely. Supporting Families in Crisis started in 1986 as a pilot program and a research program in St. Louis. It was Junior League decided that it was the best. They wanted to try to avoid child abuse. So St. Louis began this crisis nursery program, and it was modeled throughout the country after that. In 1994, Hibiscus was approached by the Department of Children and Families here in Florida and asked to duplicate and pilot the program. So Hibiscus began the program way back in 1994. Originally, it was called Crisis Nursery. Through the years, it's evolved into Supporting Families in Crisis because everyone thinks that Crisis Nursery is a place. And what we're actually doing is supporting families in crisis. It's a primary prevention program. It's not meant to help. It's meant to keep children out of the child welfare system, which we know is a huge cost to the community if the children are in the child welfare system. We have here, the program is only present in St. Lucie County, and that's mostly due to our funding resources. We'd like to have a goal to be able to expand to other counties because it's not just people in St. Lucie that need help. It's people in all of the counties in our area. We have 2 advocates, they're called family advocates, that work with families to alleviate an immediate crisis. The two advocates that we have been with the program, I can't even remember how many years. It's at least 8 years they've been with the program. They are the most resourceful people I have ever seen, ever. If there's a way to find out how to give a resource to a family, they find it. It's incredible. I tell everybody if they need help along the way, to talk to them because they are just incredible. We work with, because there's only two advocates, they have a caseload of approximately 15 people each, 15 families. And they will go out. It's a self-referred program. We also receive referrals from other agencies. And they will go out and meet with a family, do a little family assessment, and find out what the immediate needs of the family are. They then will do an individual plan with each family and try to help them with resources along the way. Some families come in, they're going to be removed from their homes because they can't pay their rent. We have people that have no utilities. Their water has been shut off. There are people that applied for Social Security and didn't get it, and they don't know how to do that. So the advocates help the families negotiate. Occasionally we have some funding to help with paying some bills. We've had families that have 7 children and have no food in their house. So we immediately gather up food from the Hibiscus shelter, who are so generous, but then we refer people to community resources. They may be eligible for food stamps and they don't know it. So those are the kind of things that we do within the program. It's pretty expansive. We do get referrals from our community mental health program as well, because they may be seeing families that they're providing counseling for, and the family's in a crisis. They need assistance too. So we do get internal referrals. Our primary funding sources here in St. Lucie are our Children's Services Council of St. Lucie. They've been very generous to us. And we also receive funding from St. Lucie United Way, which are big supporters of our program as well.
Well, those are great examples, again, of the support that we get so that we, in turn, can support our kids. You mentioned, the name, as it's stated, is Supporting Families in Crisis.
Yes.
Are those families coming to one of our Hibiscus facilities and we're giving services there? Tell us how that process works.
We receive an initial phone call from a family, and we do we call it an intake, just get some basic information from families and find out what their immediate needs are. The advocates will go to the family's home. Most of it is in-home services. Occasionally, they will come to the office. But what we're doing is also checking how safe the home is and to see if there's any additional problems at home. We've had families that they've walked in the houses and there have been rats and mice in the house, and the advocates will work with the landlord to alleviate that. It's just we forget how people live and how people have such hardships in their life. So and they will provide services at least once a week in a family home. We have an on-call 24 hours a day for the families. And the advocates alternate who's on call. And they'll work a case plan with the family, helping them provide resources. They may have to do Medicaid. The family may not know the benefits that they're available to. They may need some parenting skills, and our advocates are really good at providing parenting skills, behavior support. They may need referrals. That program refers to our mental health services, and our mental health services refer to that program, which is pretty cool. It stays in-house, which is really nice. Will and Jackie are the advocates. I have to mention them because I'm so proud of them. They are just really good at what they do. Like I said, they find resources everywhere.
Yeah, you can tell that. I've seen Will and Jackie around the office when they're very infrequently there because they're out in the community. And what strikes me is Hibiscus Children's Center is here to support children who've been abused, abandoned, or neglected. And what you're doing speaks a lot about prevention and early intervention so that we don't have children showing up in our facilities who
Yes.
didn't get the resources they need. Is that a fair way to say it?
Yes, it's actually incredible. One of the goals of our program, the primary goal, is to keep children out of the child welfare system. We currently have 100% success rate with keeping children out of the child welfare system while they're receiving services. And then we do a follow-up 1 year post-services, and we're 99% compliant with that. We've had one verified abuse case in probably the last 3 years, 1 year after services.
That is incredible.
It's incredible statistics.
Yeah, when you think about child welfare statistics and the number of children that are abused in our nation or in Florida, and then to know that there's a program out there like Supporting Families in Crisis where you can have 100% success rate
It's incredible.
over time, a 97% success rate. That is incredible. So thank you to you, Lynn, and Jackie and Will for the great work that you're doing.
Yeah, you're more than welcome.
It's making a difference.
I think it's a really great program. I'm prejudiced, of course, but I think it's a wonderful program. Two people serve enormous amounts of families. Last year, they served 405 children, 191 adults, and 145 families.
Wow. So you've made
And that's two people.
right. So you've made an impact in our community,
I believe,
a real
yes.
impact.
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting to hear. So if you're making an impact in St. Lucie County, and we've talked when we started the program today, talking about the support that we're getting up and down the Treasure Coast.
Yes.
So Martin County, St. Lucie, Indian River, and Okeechobee, is the need primarily just in St. Lucie County, or do you see a reason to expand outside of St. Lucie?
I think the need is everywhere. People are in crisis wherever you are. And there are limited resources, and people don't know what to do. We do receive phone calls from all different counties, and the advocates will screen them and try to assist with finding services in their county. It's not like if they get a call from Indian River County, they're going to try to help the family. We don't have any funding, but they will provide resources over the phone. Yes, it would be great to expand the programs because the need is there.
Yeah, it sounds like it really is. Well, that's good to hear. Anytime you think about expanding a program, and I'm certainly not suggesting that by way of this program, I'm just trying to point out that there's clearly a need
Yes.
in our community for these types of services. And the real beauty is we've got a solution in this program that demonstrates we're good at it. And so if we've got something that we can replicate where we can serve even a greater number of people, we should certainly look at that.
Absolutely.
Well, like I said, our show today has been about support and the support that we receive from our community and businesses, the support that we offer our children. But now I want to talk directly to our audience. The theme carries through. We need continued support as we move forward. Hibiscus has been here 30 years. We're thrilled that we've been in this community with the opportunity to serve children in need, but we want to be here another 30 years, and we want to have successful programs like the Supporting Families in Crisis program and our mental health program that exists here in St. Lucie County. But to do that, we need continued support from our business owners, corporate sponsorships, individuals in the community. So I just want to reach out to our community and say, continue to support Hibiscus Children's Center. We're here doing good work for children who need us. We're doing a good job preventing additional family crises in our community, and we want that to end. We want to be a place where children can recover and heal. So thank you for your time. We hope you'll always remember Hibiscus Children's Center when you're thinking of supporting a good cause. Thank you.